Like you said, it's a full slate of Friday night football games once again. And like you said, I'm at the new stadium here at Santa Rosa Beach in South Walton. The Hawks Nest, as they're calling it, as the Seahawks get ready to host in a preseason classic, the Mosley Dolphins. Well, here we are. Hammond Stadium in Fort Myers, home of the FHSAA High School Baseball State Championship. This is where both Arnold and South Walton will play Monday morning and evening for a chance to move on to the state championship. Like you said, Friday night football is back. I'm up here at Defuniak Springs at Yates Memorial Stadium as the Walton Braves get set to host the Mariana Bulldogs and a clash of the Class 2A opponents. Yeah, Nisa, usually it's Scott Rosselman and myself are out covering sporting events, but obviously none of that is happening today. Mariana was actually going to go down to Panama City and play Rutherford tonight in boys basketball. Obviously, that game is canceled because the amount of snow that we have all over the place. Well, Scott, from Fort Myers, we go north into Orlando for the high school softball state championship, where the North Bay Haven Buccaneers are on the cusp of history for the first day of weigh-ins in the Bay Point Billfish Open. As you can see behind me, a big blue was just weighed moments ago. We'll get to the crew of Triple Tail in just a moment. We're here at Daytona International Speedway for a busy Saturday before the Daytona 500 tomorrow afternoon. But right now, we're focusing in on the Argomenard Series General Tire 200 that raced earlier today. Now, when talking to the twins, it was clear that confidence for them is truly key. And that confidence elevates every time they step onto the court together. And that's allowed them to draw some comparisons to legendary shooters in the game of basketball. With Michael having two other brothers that played golf as well, they always had a sense of competition between the three of them, both friendly and real, and especially on the course. First quarter, Walton, a couple big pass plays. Witten West goes to the middle of the field for Robert Morse, that getting the Braves past midfield. But then on 3rd and 10, Walton needing something through the air to get the first. The pass bobbled in the air by Arnold's Darren Elder. He comes down with the football, and it's going to be a foot race from there. Gets one good block by Nate Neely. Cuts back in for pick 6. Marlins strike first. Walton punts on their next drive, so here's the Marlin offense. Will Cotter looking deep down the field and has a wide open Aiden Tice. He's taken down inside the 20-yard line, so red zone opportunity, one that Arnold takes advantage of. Screen pass to Truman Parsons. Looks like he might be stopped short, but fights for extra yards. Sneaks in, Arnold up 2, scores 14-0. First half, Indians in blue and coming out of the gate swinging. Kanijah Daniel looks inside to her teammate, Alidria Dudley, taking contact, the basket, 3-point swing there. And just a picture-perfect start for Chipola this afternoon. Denia McDonald showing her range from behind the arc, cashing in the tray ball, a 28-14 lead at the half. Second half, Northwest Florida fighting hard until the end. Kyla McBride, nice fake and drive to the bucket, but the Chipola Indians, unstoppable. They are victorious in the state championship, cruising to a 58-41 win over Northwest Florida in the first season with Mitch Rolls as head man. A title coming home with the Indians, and Coach Rolls emotional after the win. Let's go over to hole number 9 of par 4. Florida State's Jack Bingham with a long birdie putt that drops on in, would move him to even par. He'd finish 1 under. Checking in over on hole 18, also a par 4, Mississippi State's Hugo Malcor. Nice chip shot here to bring it within about 4 feet to save his par. He finishes at 1 over. Back over to 9, FSU's Luke Clanton, the #1 amateur golfer in the world. His approach shot, just a simple wedge in, and look at this. Sticks it about 6 feet, a little bit of backspin there. He takes his par, finishing the day 1 over par. Braxton Barnes on the bump tonight and dealing. Getting 2 quick strikeouts in the first, one swinging and the other caught looking. Seahawks now up to bat, and it's junior Coleman Borthwick with a no-doubter to left center field. That ball is long gone, and the South Walton Seahawks take an early 1-0 lead. Bottom of 3, Frank Wells with a man on third, and Jace Cunningham, his shot back at the track in left field. The Jaguars making a great throw in, but Cunningham too quick, bringing in the second score. Bottom of the 4th, Charlie Wilcox singles up the middle. Runner from third, and Travis Eichelberger coming to score. Wilcox recording the RBI. In Braxton Barnes tonight, 7 Ks, no hits in 5 innings of play. The Seahawks would score 6 in the bottom of the 5th to come away with a 10-0 victory. The Seahawks district champs are now awaiting their seeding in the state tournament.
The history is, as you can see on the walls, we have state championship, back-to-back state championships, and Coach Upnet set the tone for all those championships.
The history is rich on the hardwood at Port St. Joe. The Tiger Sharks brought home state titles in 1969, 1972, and 1981. Impressive for a small school, but the program reached new heights in the 90s when they hired Coach Vernon Epinette.
I was a sophomore when he first got here, so I was able to play for him a few years, and I graduated the next year. He started winning his championships. 5
state titles came to the Forgotten Coast from 1994 to 1999, the Chicago Bulls of the South. Following Coach Epinet's and Derek Kernitsky's run at Port St. Joe, in came Sandy Quinn, who coached the Tiger Sharks for over 10 years. But just last year, Coach Quinn decided it was time to turn the reins over to a young up-and-comer who he'd coached years ago.
Well, Coach Lowe was one of my former players and came back, and I wanted to be a part of the basketball program, so he worked with me for several years, and I knew he was the next man up, and I kind of felt that he was kind of ready. He wanted to learn. He wanted to change the offense. I said, you know what? Go ahead and do what you think is best for the team.
Jan Michael Lowe was a Port St. Joe graduate, scored over 1,000 career points in high school, but always knew his calling was on the sidelines.
My granddad was a high school coach, and he coached at Eckerd, played point guard at Mercer. My dad played at Georgia Tech. I went right after high school to play, but didn't pan out, got homesick, came back, always knew I wanted to be a coach.
So when Quinn approached Coach Lowe about taking control of the boys basketball program, he knew he was ready.
Nobody forced him out. He wanted to see me have a chance at life, so he did this. He gave this to me.
And in less than a season of being the head man, the Tiger Sharks are boasting an unbeaten record of 18-0. But Coach Lowe says this success didn't just happen overnight.
These kids started playing varsity in 7th and 8th grade, AAU tournaments in the summer, going over to Panama City, Tallahassee, getting the break speed off us. Really thought we had some talent, so we were playing in that. And then each year we started winning a few more, and that group's now juniors and seniors. So
now that group is looking to add their names to the lineage of legends throughout Port St. Joe history. From Gulf County, Hayden Smith, News Channel 7 Sports.
This kid just said he wants to come try out, and the message is like, but there's one problem, I don't have legs.
That's Jacob Brown. At 1 year old, he was forced to have both his legs amputated when his parents were told by doctors he would never be able to walk. But almost 16 years later, Jacob defied all odds by joining Cottondale's baseball team, something many others, including himself, never thought would be possible.
I mean, there's always been doubt. I mean, even this year it's been doubt, like, dang, can I even do it? Sophomore year was rough. I mean, it's like, dang, do I even want to do it going into junior year? But I got through it, I did it.
The journey has been nothing short of challenging for Jacob, not only physically, but constantly being teased by others for his condition.
You know, some people don't know how to deal with it. I walk out there, they laugh at me, they're like, no way, this, blah, 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 that. When I strike them out, I look right back at them. I talk right back to them. It's all talk at the end of the day.
Coach Skylar Davis has recognized Jacob's talent from day one, but has also found a new talent Jacob didn't know he possessed.
Once I seen that he was really going to stick around, he really loved the game, I tried to get him to kind of be an assistant. You know, I kind of had him do some stuff with the middle school because I know, you know, the game could be a big part of his life.
Jacob knows there are other kids out there just like him, so he wants to be their inspiration to know that anything is possible.
Just a chance to show people that you can do it. Like, a lot of people in my position, you really don't see them playing ball or doing stuff, but like you can do it, you can do anything. I always say you can do anything, nothing's impossible.
You know, growing up in Minnesota, I feel like you're kind of weird if you don't play hockey, right?
Alex Steen is now a center for Florida State men's basketball. His sporting career, though, started on the ice, and he only got serious about basketball after moving south to the Panhandle. But take it back to his childhood. All the way in Minnesota,
it was all about hockey.
Being in the land of the lakes and in the cold, I was definitely a big hockey player back in the day. We went to a bunch of tournaments when I was younger and stuff like that. So it was definitely hockey before basketball.
It wasn't until Alex was in his early teens when his family moved to Panama City Beach and he really started to grow that basketball became a priority.
It wasn't necessarily like a crazy 10 inches. It was just a consistent. I was just was gradual, and who knows if I'm done growing. Maybe I can squeeze another inch out. That'd be great. Later in high school, when colleges and the recruiting process kind of started, it was good to have Latch and the assistant coach who's now at Mosley, Coach Green, both guys who kind of played in college, gave me a lot of good advice, how to go about it and stuff like that.
Despite having some D1 offers, Alex went to play for Division II Florida Southern.
The way the coaches were, the people the coaches are, the program, and I just really thought it was the right fit. So, from the outside, you might think, why D2 over D1 right away? But, obviously I kind of had this plan like, hey, I'm going to go here. I'm going to, do my best. I'm going to keep growing as a player.
After 3 successful years in Lakeland, Alex entered the transfer portal in March of 2025. Just a month later, new FSU head coach Luke Laux landed the highly sought-after big man.
One of the more consistent guys I've ever coached at any level. I'm really blown away and really excited about what he's bringing to our team in terms of being the glue guy and just a nonstop, relentless worker.
It's safe to say after the start Alex has had to this season, he's found a hoops home in Tallahassee.
The ACC is a lot different than Division II, and there's no sugarcoating that at all. I knew I was very confident in myself that, the work's going to show, and even coming in practice every day, the 2-3 hours in the gym, I think I just learned that, I can compete with anyone.